How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
Things fall apart. The power of light. Clive has claimed a portion of the icon Bahamuth's essence. Attuning with Bahamuth not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities, such as Impulse, which creates multiple spheres of light that pursue a target, dealing it continuous damage. Ability details are found on the Abilities tab in the main menu. Bahamuth's feet. Ooh. Okay. And then it goes up to 1. And then you can use it. Mega Flare. Ooh, this looks nice. And you can hit him. Oh, nice. It's going on. For quite a long while. Awesome. Use Bahamuth's iconic feat, Wings of Light, to begin casting Mega Flare, an immensely powerful spell that showers enemies with a deluge of searing light. The longer the spell is charged, the more powerful the results. Press circle to cast the spell when ready. Taking damage while casting will cancel the spell. Ah, okay, and we have seen it takes quite a while till you get it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 8-9 seconds, I wanna say, till you can use one. Okay, we're gonna take a look at that in the abilities tab in just a bit.
Taya won't be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otto has to say.
Yeah, but first we're gonna talk to her once more.
It will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. Time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
Alright then. There is Bahamuth, bottom left. Wait, there's still 2 more. Oh yeah, of course. Of course there are 2 more. Shiva and Bahamuth. Not Bahamuth, Odin. Shit, so Jill has to die. Ah, I don't like this. I don't like this. So, let's take a look at those abilities. Impulse. Summon multiple spheres of light that, upon striking an enemy, deal it continuous damage, binding it to the spot. Oh, they can't move then. They're just standing at the spot and then getting hurt. Okay. Flare Breath. Ooh. Breathe forth a plume of light-aspected flame that deals continuous damage. This is quite long. This is very long. Quite nice. Wings of Light. Yeah, we have seen that. With this is with Circle. If we upgrade that, adjust mastery. Increases maximum Mega Flare level to 4. Ah, you can only master it. Okay. Satellite. Okay, this is like a little ball. It's shooting. Ah, funny. Every time you use magic, I see. Summon multiple light-aspected familiars that attack any enemy on which Clive uses magic. This is quite useful, I have to say, because I'm using magic so often just to get the stagger bar down and to see what the enemy is doing, and in between I can hit him like twice as hard, right? Let's see. Wait, you're doing 1 magic and this thing is doing like 3 or 4 projectiles. Interesting. Yeah, quite nice. A Giga Flare. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna get that at some point. Fire a massive beam of overcharged light that burns any enemy it hits. Yeah. Ah, shite. Oh, I want... Oh, shit. So, what I always wanna have is this. Deadly Embrace. This is It's just, you need this, definitely. You need this and that. Although, yeah, just for the stagger bar, I'm gonna keep this always. I wanna keep this one always, because it makes a lot of damage. This one's also quite nice because it hits multiple enemies. And I wanna have this, just because so that I have the chance to block. But if I do that, which means I have to master this one and that one, so that we can also use this one. Oh, god dang it, I need so many ability points. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at what I'm gonna switch it at some point in the near future. First, we're gonna take a look around further and see what else happens, what we can upgrade, and yeah, of course, we're gonna take a look at Harpocrates. Right. Oh, there's a lot. New hunts. We have to talk to Vivian. We're gonna take a look at the reading table, the Black Hammer, Charon, the Arete Stone, a new orchestrion roll, and of course, there will be more to read at Harpocrates. As we are here, we're gonna start with this, and then we're gonna go over to the Black Hammer and her, just to see what they have. And then we're gonna take a look at probably a new sword, and then the orchestrion. Yeah, and then we're going over there, and then to Vivian, and then we're gonna take a look at the hunts. Alright then. So we have two. Let's start from the one underneath. This one, Cursebreaker Intelligence. By... I forgot his name. August, I wanna say? Yeah, August. Reports from our brothers and sisters afield are all the same. These accursed skies cast not only a pall over the land, but over the hearts of her people. Hearts already heavy from the fall of the Dominion and the destruction of Storm's final mother crystal. For now the realm endures, but with each new flood do her few remaining children descend further into madness. The situation is, as ever, dire. Fresh wings shall find you on the new moon's turning. Until then, our watch continues. May the crystal's curse be broken. And then we have Quite the Mess by Theodore. Word out of Twinside is that there's little left of the capital after the Mad Princess Royal tantrum. But what of you and yours? Did you manage an escape before the city went tits up? I trust you did, but a Stolas might be good to set Elle's mind at ease. It's nice that they are thinking of us. Right then. Let's go to the smithy. Actually, let's go to Charon first and then the smithy. Goetz.
Thanks for not leaving me in the Dominion. If you hadn't come back, I might still be stuck there. I
You're
told
welcome.
Nan we flew back on the Phoenix, but she walloped me for telling fibs. Can you tell her it was the truth, Clive?
If I can, sure.
Still alive, are ya?
Alright, let's talk about the skies. I hope you're not expecting me to explain these skies. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say it were the end of the world. Yeah, it seems like it.
The whole realm's in chaos.
I've had orders cancelled on me left and right, and that's from the few associates I haven't lost contact with.
But as the old saying goes,
There's opportunity in adversity. The market for sharp steel's more bullish than ever. I'll find a way to keep this place fed and watered, don't you worry. I won't let our little family go hungry, whatever the weather.
coin purse weighing you down.
Okay, so just the diamond sword, silken sash. Yeah, we have seen this before. Nothing else new. No, nothing. Okay.
So what do I owe
Blackthorne.
the honor?
Let's talk about the skies.
Fraying about the skies.
Won't help me get my work done. So I'm going to keep it to my forge and leave saving the world to those better suited to do the task.
Unless that is...
They fancy giving me a hand shoeing the birds.
Would you
Okay. Yeah, Brightburn. We're gonna get that. We have the grindstone, that's the weapon we had before, which we got after fighting Titan, or which we reinforced or crafted after fighting Titan. And now we have the light shard from Bahamuth, and it's just a little bit better, but still, we're gonna get this.
No scratches, right?
Yeah, and that's actually it. Alright, let's take a look at the weapon, and I'm quite certain we're gonna switch the appearance right away. There it is. Yeah, of course. Brightburn. Lingered there no warmth nor smoke, but in his light did burn both flesh and bone. Iconometry Book of Days 218. Yeah, quite nice. Alright then, Orchestrion. Let's talk to those two. Oh!
Sid! Look what the Cursebreakers brought back from Dalmekia.
Nice.
Said they were all the rage in Dalamil. Looks sort of funny if you ask me.
I'll be damned.
Have you had one before?
No.
Something smells good. What we having?
plums. And they are good. You should try one.
Eh? A bloody great hole in it. Who ate the rest?
It's supposed to be hollow, silly. Haven't you ever seen Drake's Fang?
Oh, then you could put some soup in it. Oh, this is so yummy. So yummy. If you use bread or like a bun and just make a hole in it and carve it out and eat the inside and then put some soup in it. So delicious. Very delicious. Alright, Okai's turn. So this is the Twilight music we are hearing right now. Oh, and this is actually it. This is the new thing. Okay. Well then, are you still in the mood for some music?
The battle cries of dread one die. In ruin lies less. As shrinks the glim, so spirits dim, unanswered call oppress.
Yeah, it seems like everybody is in a foul mood and not really motivated.
Ivan's newest dish is a masterpiece.
Oh, this disgusting
Once
thing.
Get over the urge to gag, that is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking to people. They might have something interesting to say.
You look like you could do with a drink.
Oh, wait. Buy a round for the hall? Oh, I'm gonna do that in just a bit. Because I have enough money. And we need our spirits back out, right? Let's chat with her first.
How am I getting on? Ah, about as well as you'd expect of a barmaid pouring sour ale for penniless outlaws in the middle of the Deadlands. And it'd be worse than that if Molly here didn't make the best stew this side of Stone here. Even if it is mostly just yesterday's leavings. Don't tell her you heard that from me, though.
Right, so, a round for the hall.
As if setting our people free wasn't enough. Good news, everyone. The casks have been liberated. Here's to Sid.
Oh yeah, I needed that. Thank you. Beautiful. No, I don't need the slurping sound. No, no, I don't need that.
Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
No, not really. I wanna get a drink myself just to see what happens
can I
then.
get you, Sid?
Ah, okay, I thought it would get checked off, but let's order a normal drink.
Coming right up.
Oh, and food as well. Oh, nice. No, don't... No, fucking hell. I don't know what this even does. Because if you come
Don't be
here,
a stranger, Sid.
your health is back to full anyways. And it didn't even fill my limit gauge. So I don't even know why I did that. But, okay. So, actually, before we go to Harpocrates, I'm gonna take a walk around, talk to other people, see what they have to say. If there's something interesting, I'm gonna show you. And if not, I will see you at Harpocrates.
Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie stopped to catch his breath. Down came the eagle.
Lady Charon told me that you've begun dealings with the Crimson Caravans. A word of warning. Tighten your purse strings when in Bocklad. There are few shrewder than Eloise in matters of business.
Our toil, our sacrifice, will all be for naught if the sun is lost to us.
What'll happen to the gardens?
Too many more days of this, and it won't matter how clear our water is or how rich our soil. Without the sun, everything will die.
True, yeah. But there's at least a little bit of sun, but not really, because there are clouds in front of it.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
Never. Day on the boat. Kinslayer.
Oh yeah, and Kinslayer. Wait, wasn't it the same in Game of Thrones with... what was his name? The brother. Wasn't he called Kinslayer as well? Quite certain.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered every single one of us!
How
Oh.
do you suppose they'll manage that? You ever seen one of the blue bastards swim?
Interesting. So it seems like maybe every enemy is now Akashic in a way, and the darkness and the sun missing and stuff. This is like just like in Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, but not as dark. It was way darker in Final Fantasy 15.
I was thinking I might pen a novel of my own to tell the story of the Hideaway. I change all the names, of course. Well, except for mine, that is.
Book of Sums. Old Farmer Otto keeps both chocobos and antelopes. After 5 of his stock fell ill, he put them in his barn to rest. However, Otto woke the next morn to discover that a leg eater had found its way into the barn and devoured 3 of the limbs on one of his antelopes. To make certain all remaining legs were accounted for, he did a tally and was satisfied when he counted 13. Question: how many chocobos were in the barn? What? So 5 fell. But 5 of what? It says both chocobos and antelopes. 5 of his stock fell ill. What, chocobos or antelopes? So, and one antelope lost 3 limbs. And then he counted 13. So it would be 16. 16 legs. Antelopes have 4 legs, which would mean maybe 4 antelopes? But I don't know how many chocobos were in the barn. I still don't know. Because he says 5 of his stock fell ill. I don't understand. There are too many variables missing. Or maybe I'm just not getting it.
We've received word that the displacement stacks have arrived safely in Canva. The rest is up to Mid.
All this fuss over a few dark clouds. You'd think the people here had never seen a storm before.
What happened to the sky? Do you think Sid broke it?
Hush, you two. He did no such thing.
No, it wasn't me. That was Ultima. There still is the suspicious character. Still don't know who that is.
After Drake's head, I was beginning to wonder if you'd lost interest in Sid's grand scheme. But here we are. Another crystal cracked, another nation in disarray. You wear the mantle of outlaw well.
The girls here can have Otto and Gav and Gareth and Cole and all the rest. My heart beats for another. Now, if only Lady Taya would let me into the infirmary to see him.
Him in the infirmary. Aha, okay.
Is there anything we can do? It doesn't feel right sitting around waiting for the world to right itself.
Maybe Goetz has some work. That, or you could join the Curse Breakers.
You look just like a princess.
And you look like the princess's sister.
I can hardly lift my arms. The curse, it's...
You just need some rest. I'll stay here with you. If you'd like, that is.
So the one we talked to, maybe it's this guy she loves? Oh. Oh, Dion is here as well, so he is not really dead yet. And there's Joshua too.
The
Taya.
injuries suffered by both your brother and the prince were bad enough. But that wound above Joshua's heart is unlike anything I've ever seen. Were he not a dominant, I fear he would have succumbed to it long ago.
Treatment diary. Today, Clive visited the infirmary to have me dress a laceration on his left forearm. I cleaned and stitched the wound and instructed him to rest the arm so that it could heal. But not an hour later, he was leaving on another mission. This must be the 100th time he's disobeyed my instructions. The next time he comes to me for treatment, I'm tying him to the bed. Oh yeah, go ahead and try.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
Yeah, let's talk about recent events.
It's not true.
Is it, Clive? The world can't be ending, can it? We were struggling before the skies went dark, but now? I can't imagine how we will bear it all.
We've lost so much already.
When will it be enough? It will end, won't it, Clive? Oh, I wish I knew.
Come to claim your just desserts.
Oh, we still need 5 more to get the next one. Okay.
All done?
Still hasn't changed.
How are you doing?
Let's talk about recent events.
I don't mean to be gloomy,
But the whole world's gone to shit. Reports used to be about troop movements and chances to set bearers free. Now it's all ether floods, akashic attacks, and plagues of bloody bandits. The Cursebreakers and all our other allies are doing what they can to keep their heads above water, but...
They need all the help they can get.
They are counting on you, Clive. We all are.
There's talk of these skies driving men mad. Most of the Hideaway's on edge.
Well, it's our job to calm things down. So don't you go spreading ill rumors.
People going mad, okay. Oh, not okay, but...
Did you see that?
Interesting.
Tell me you saw that.
What? What did you see?
There's barely been a shipment in since the skies started boiling. A few more days without a visit and we'll have to start eating the blankets.
Yeah. Okay. No one is in the fighting pit.
You expect me to work with the skies like this?
It could be raining garms and goblins for all I care. You get back to that log or I'll have your hide.
Alright then. I think I went all the way around. Yeah, it seems quite gloomy. Everybody seems desperate and... yeah.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts?
No, I didn't.
Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
Harpocrates.
I was wondering when next you'd visit.
Yeah, let's talk about the skies.
With the darkening skies,
Fear has once again taken hold of our hearts. And though I have not the power to dispel the gloom above, I should like to believe my tales help to lighten it below.
but be that as it may,
Turning our eyes from the problems which face us will not help to solve them. A mere tale cannot lighten the burden of those who must bear the weight of the world. Right then, let's take a look at the 1,000 Tomes.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Of course. Oh, that's a lot.
You wish to study the tomes?
Oh, this is gonna be a lot. Might even be another episode on its own, depending on how long it will be, but let's get started. Oh, Harpocrates, new quote. I never tire of hearing your stories. Right, we're gonna start with persons of interest, as always. Joshua Rossfield. Following the destruction of Twinside, dominant of the Phoenix and former heir to the ducal throne, though he and Clive trod their separate paths for many years, the brothers were finally reunited amid the ruins of the crystalline dominion. Dion Le Sage, Revolt, Prince of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque and dominant of Bahamuth. Dion led his dragoons in revolt against the perceived treason of Empress Annabella and her son Olivier, but was instead goaded into slaying his own father and driven to madness, transforming into Bahamuth and laying waste to much of the Dominion. Barnabas Tharm, Valud's ambitions. King of Valud and dominant of Odin, the Warden of Darkness. Though his nation's isolation in Ash allows Barnabas to remain aloof from the affairs of Storm, and he has oft elected to do precisely that, his movements of late would suggest that he has ambitions on the Western continent. Goetz, following the destruction of Twinside. Apprentice to Charon and ally of the Hideaway, he aided Clive and Jill in gaining entry to the besieged crystalline dominion by having them pose as sellswords hired to protect an honest merchant visiting Twinside to trade in smithing. What is that? I don't know what it means, and I don't even know how to say it. Wait. Maybe paraphernalia? Yeah, I wanna say paraphernalia. Somehow surviving the chaos that was to follow. He was scooped up from the ruined city by Joshua, who transformed into the Phoenix to effect his allies' escape. How do you say her name again? I forgot. Maeve, maybe? I wanna say Maeve. Landlady of the Tub and Crown, the Hideaway's much-loved alehouse. Though she was born in Rosaria, her enslavement as a bearer saw her transported to Sanbreque to work its wheat fields. However, when the farmer was unhappy with the harvest and thought to make an example of her for her fellow slaves, the Cursebreaker stepped in to instead teach him the error of his ways. Ponza, an orphan boy of Boklad, strong-armed into pickpocketing travelers by the nefarious Cast Stones. After being released from their clutches, Eloise elected to employ him at the Crimson Caravans to keep him from returning to a life of crime. He pledges to become the first customer of Goetz's forge when the trader becomes a fully-fledged blacksmith. Annabella Lesage, death, former Empress of the Holy Empire of Sunbreak. After the fall of Rosaria and the death of Archduke Elwin, she remarried Emperor Sylvester and bore him a son, Olivier. It was her dream that together with Sylvester she should found a new bloodline, one blessed by both Bahamuth and the Phoenix. Alas, her dreams were to be crushed in the wreckage of the Crystalline Dominion when a maddened Dion slew Olivier, and she was to end her life before the disbelieving eyes of the sons she had betrayed. Again, I'm happy she's dead, I have to say. And to be honest, it's just amazing when a game gives you those feelings that you are rooting for people and you're hating others. It just shows how well the story is written and the characters are represented and stuff. Yeah, quite nice. Sylvester Lesage, death, Emperor of the Holy Empire of Sunbreak, who plotted with Annabella Rosfield to slay Archduke Elwin of Rosaria and unite their nations under the imperial banner. Together they bore a son, Olivier, to whom Sylvester was beguiled into forfeiting his throne, much to his first son's displeasure. Sylvester lost his life to Dion's spear when he leapt to Olivier's defense in the throne room of the Twinside capital. Olivier Lesage, death, son of Sylvester and Annabella Lesage. Thanks in large part to his mother's machinations, Olivier was anointed Emperor of the Holy Empire of Sunbreak, a fact that triggered his half-brother Prince Dion to launch a coup against him. It was Olivier's sinister goading that drove Dion to madness and led to his own demise, pierced through the heart by Dion's spear. As the boy died, his body crumbled into dust, proof that he had become naught but another puppet of Ultima. Barnabas' mother. The mother of King Barnabas of Belood, or at least an Ultima-summoned illusion of her as His Majesty remembers her in life. Ultima, following the destruction of Twinside, the otherworldly being behind much of the tragedy and turmoil that has plagued Valistea. He means to claim Clive as his vassal, Mythos, by purging his will, a will strengthened by the ties of consciousness that bind Clive with others. He unleashes primogenesis upon the world, shrouding it in darkness and turning thousands Akashic that these ties of consciousness might at least be loosened. And on we go, Lay of the Land. The Holy Knights Dragoon. Revolt. Elite troops of the Holy Empire of Sunbreak led by Prince Dion Lesage. Drawn largely from the nobility of the realm, their status as Knights of the Sacred Dragon affords them still higher standing in the eyes of the people. In the Battle of the Borderlands in 873, as in so many conflicts down the years, they proudly led the charge as the Empire entered the fray. However, Prince Dion's opposition to the machinations of the Holy Empress Annabella spurred the Dragoons to rise up against their Emperor in an insurgency which saw them fall suddenly and decisively from grace. Rise of the Worm, a rebellion of the Holy Order of the Knights Dragoon that took place in the Crystalline Dominion. It was provoked by Emperor Sylvester Lesage's decision to overlook his eldest son Dion and make his second-born Olivier, child of the Empress Annabella, crown prince in his place. Seeing this as yet another victory for Annabella in her long campaign to subvert Sunbreakois politics for her own ends, Prince Dion ordered the Dragoons into action, but having lost control of his icon, he inadvertently laid waste to the city he had tried to save. Yeah, in a way similar to what happened to Benedicta, just losing control. And in a way, Titan too. The Crystalline Dominion, following Dion's rebellion. A once independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. With the incursion of the Holy Empire of Sunbreak in the year 873, its independence was reduced to little more than a pretense, but things changed once again in 878, when Prince Dion Lesage and his dragoons instigated a bloody coup. As imperial institutions fell into disarray, so did the situation in the Dominion and beyond. After 5 years, Sunbreakois dominance in the region ended as quickly as it had begun. Drake's Tale, After the Mother's Fall. A mother crystal that was located in the Crystalline Dominion. It was one of only 5 remaining in Valistia and the largest of its kind. It was lost in the chaos that followed the rebellion spearheaded by Prince Dion Lesage and his Knights Dragoon, but not before undergoing a fantastical transformation heretofore unwitnessed in the entirety of Valistian history. A literal blossoming of the crystal, its shards peeling away like petals of a snow daisy to reveal the sacred heart within. The Fall of Drake's Tail. In 878, an insurgency by Sunbreck's Knights Dragoon, led by Prince Dion Lesage, resulted in the destruction of much of the Crystalline Dominion's capital, and the Mother Crystal Drake's Tail along with it, after the prince lost control of his icon Bahamuth. One curious thing to note is that many who survived the Night of Chaos claim they witnessed the crystal bloom like a flower before its demise. On we go, Mysteries of the Land, the Crystal Flower. When Drake's Tail came under attack by a maddened Bahamuth, the heart of the Mother Crystal responded by delving into its attacker's innermost thoughts and summoning into creation that which most plagued his tortured soul, the wyvern tail that represented the trust Prince Dion's father placed in him and his duty to the realm. Primogenesis, a spell cast by Ultima that cast a roiling pall over all Valistia. And Bestiary. The Phoenix, following the destruction of Twinside. The Warden of Fire, whose strength resides within Joshua Rusfield. 18 years after the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate and Joshua's presumed demise, the Phoenix spread its wings once more in the skies above the Crystalline Dominion, wings in which reside the flames of rebirth. Ifrit Risen, the 2 icons of fire united as one. Clive and Joshua manifested this being in the skies above the Crystalline Dominion after entreating their icons to grant them the power they needed to quell the raging Bahamuth. It has the body of Ifrit, the wings of the Phoenix, and a might that far exceeds either icon alone. It's interesting to see that this is even possible. Bahamuth, Hidden Truth. The Warden of Light, whose power dwells within Dion Lesage, Prince of Sunbreck. A tribe known as the Motes of Light once dwelled in the northeast reaches of Storm, where the great city of Oriflamme now stands, among which the dominant of Bahamuth would always emerge. In modern times, dominants are often born among the Sunbreck nobility, most likely because the tribe's bloodline still runs strong in their ranks. And lastly, dragons. Majestic winged beasts that are commonly considered to be some of Valistia's most ancient creatures. Albeit rarely sighted in modern times, there are countless myths and legends regarding dragons. One of the most prominent being that Valistia itself was formed when a mighty drake fell from the sky. According to the Gregorian faith, dragons were created by the goddess herself to serve as holy sentinels over her earthly domain, and as such have long been employed by the Holy Empire of Sunbreck in various martial roles within and without the Imperial Legion. That's it already.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Right then, let's go to Vivian. Right, it's the same text on the other side. So we're gonna take a look at this. The end of Drake's Tail. In the course of Bahamuth's rampage in the skies above the Crystalline Dominion, Drake's Tail is destroyed and much of the city-state and one-time holy capital reduced to rubble. Now just a single Mother Crystal remains standing in Valistia, Drake's spine far away in the wild wastes of ash. The Fall of Drake's Tail. Clive and Joshua. Oh, this is Joshua. That's cute. Nice, nice. Clive and Joshua are finally reunited in the Twinside Council chambers, and their icons unite as one in the skies above it. The single, supremely powerful entity they become, Ifrit Risen, is at last able to best Bahamuth, the Mother Crystal, cracking in the process. And just because there was this unity between Ifrit and Phoenix, just think back to the mural where I said, yeah, it looks like it's Ifrit with the wings of Phoenix and maybe the legs of Garuda and something.
And look what's in it.
What's this? That's
How
a mural.
old do you suppose this is? 1,000 years? More?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before. Who is that in the middle, do you think? Some sort of god?
I have a feeling this is him, Ifrit, with all the other icons' powers. Then he will be unstoppable. So yeah, this is where we are. I have a feeling we are working towards that we are becoming this, I want to say, god or supreme icon, which we have seen on the mural. And now let's take a look at our hunts or bounties. But first let's talk about, well, let's ask about hunts. I, for one, am shocked, I tell you, that certain members of your very own species have earned themselves a place in this rogues gallery, Kupo. Oh, we are fighting humans, but probably Kashyyyk ones, right? But evil is as evil does, and it is every hero's duty to vanquish it, no matter how close to home it might appear, Kupo. That's it? Why isn't this... How goes the hunt, Kupo? As if these boggles weren't bad enough on their own, I hear that some of them like to invite friends to their party. But never fear, Kupo. I, Nectar the Bold, shall always be with you, in spirit. If you need more practical assistance, Kupo, then turn to Torge. Okay. Let's see, who do we have to fight? Ah, okay. The 10 of Clubs. Merchants who ply their trade across the fields of Korava tell of an outlaw 5 and 20 hands high. High! 5 and 20 hands high. 25 hands. How? Doesn't seem that high, or? I don't know. And mighty of Thew... What? Thew? What's that? Who preys upon unescorted travelers. They claim he lives alone in one of the many abandoned villages that litter the region, but none has been brave nor foolish enough to narrow the search any further. If you who read this have either or both of those qualities, the Dalmakians beg your aid. This is in Vimere, Dalmakia. Okay, rank B. And then in rank A, the Megath brothers. A lone rowing boat has been sighted making land off the coast of Port Isolde, its occupants wearing the garb and speaking the language of Iron Kingdom crusaders. One can only assume that they come to take their vengeance upon Sid the Outlaw for destroying that which they hold most dear. We advise against all travel to the area lest they think to kill or capture our members in retaliation. Quiet Sands Rosaria. Okay. And then another S rank. Oh, shite. That's gonna be tough again. Yeah. Ruin Reawakened. Sunbreakoir legend tells of a dread dragon. Ah, god dang it, another dragon. Who sat near half the realm alight with his torrid breath before being sealed away behind a magical mist by Griga herself, some sources claim. Though it has long been forgotten which parts of the tale are true and which are mere myth, recent reports of a great dragon's roar reverberating around the woodland passes of the Empire are real enough. Okay, so, of course, I'm gonna take pictures just to see where we need to go. Alright then, and then it's time for me to take a look at my abilities and to decide what I wanna take. I definitely wanna get started on the Bahamuth tree, I wanna say. So we're gonna get rid of this. I hope I don't need the Titanic block because I am always trying to evade to get my, what's the word? Berserker ring working. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna take some time and decide what I wanna do and what I wanna use and keep and stuff, and then we will start the first hunt. Alright, I'm gonna try the following. As I said before, I'm just keeping the center like it is. I'm not gonna... I got rid of Ignition at this point. I've decided I'm going for still these two, of course, and Pile Drive as well as Judgment Bolt. And then over here we have Impulse, just because more stagger damage. I think I want to have this before that, because this is just damage, because for damage I have then this. Yeah. And next I would like to upgrade that one again. I reset that to get it just on, to just learn it, but not upgrade it, just because I wanted to upgrade this right away, because it gives way more damage when someone is staggered, for example. I think this might be really useful. Yeah. Alright then, let's get started. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I can't leave yet. We have to talk to Otto, so let's go to Otto and talk to him, and he's actually right here.
Otto, how fares the realm? The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit. And Gav? He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Huh? I haven't had good news in quite a while.
Depends on your definition of good.
Yeah. Well,
Right, fine.
Joshua's back.
What do you suggest we do?
Oh no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheme until
And Annabella is dead.
Task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
Alright, then we're gonna talk to them once again. Right, both of them. Actually, as always, we're gonna start with Harpocrates and then Vivian. Makes most sense to me. Even though I have to walk a little bit more, but I don't mind.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there
course.
anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time.
Oh, too
You will
bad.
forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it.
Alright then, let's go back to Vivian.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe?
It's not my
Not that
fault.
you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Alright then.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals
Just
that
one
filled
more.
wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble.
Everything is turning to
Uluru,
shit.
meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos.
Yeah, definitely.
It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand.
to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
And I'm quite certain a lot of people think that we are to blame and that we are the bad guys because we destroyed the mother crystals.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Right. He's the only one with a mother crystal. So with
Perhaps
magic.
Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Okay, then back to Otto.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
Yeah.
It would. Actually, there are three.
Three?
We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Kashik out of Gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It pours.
It fucking pours.
Mm-hmm.
The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Alright then. Aid Martha's Rest in its dilemma and Northreach and Dalimil. But I can see there's more over here.
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
Yes.
Here you go.
Ah, those are the three. Okay, okay.
Seen enough?
Yes, I've seen enough. Anything else? Vivian again. Alright, then let's talk to Vivian once more.
What will it be today?
Let's ask about the Crystalline Dominion.
I cannot claim.
Not to have been shocked to learn of Twin Side's destruction. Indeed, I have long known that such a fate was all but guaranteed. A piece of parchment was all that ever stood between the Dominion and Chaos, and those who signed the treaty were only going to abide by it for as long as it suited them. Emperor Sylvester's invasion saw it torn to shreds at last, and as the pieces scattered to the winds, long festering enmities came to the fore once more.
Such are the wages
of greed and distrust. If those in power pay heed to their whispers, they are like to grow into a mighty storm, one which the walls of even the stoutest citadel might not withstand.
ironic, then.
That it should be Prince Dion, the boldest, most trustworthy player in this ignoble game, who should deal the finishing blow. And the skies? It is not merely the men and women of Villastia who have been affected by the imbalance in the ether. These blackened skies have cast a pall over all the creatures of the realm.
Then how could it not?
They are living beings, just as we are. Alas, their instinct drives them to flee from that which cannot be escaped, ushering them only to madness and death.
But are we any better?
We consider ourselves above such base instincts. And yet, fear and bewilderment drive us to make war on our fellow man, to turn our ire at our own suffering upon those who suffer just as keenly as we do. If that is what it means to be human, Clive, I wonder if we are even worth saving at all. Good question.
How may I help you today?
So, same text. Dark clouds gather. A rolling storm sweeps over Valistia, bringing terror and confusion in its wake. And so too Waloed, King Barnabas sailing his kingdom's flagship, the Einherjar, across the strait, seizing upon the chaos that has plagued Storm since the destruction of its mother crystals and the disintegration of its nation's leadership. To his allies' aid, Clive returns to the Hideaway but has little time to rest and recover from his exploits in Twinside. After the skies over Valistia darkened, chaos has swept over much of the realm and his allies need his aid. Alrighty then. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Alright, I think we can start now with the hunts. Yeah. 1 and 2 and 3. Those are the dilemma areas. So, where are we going first? Vemere Dalmacia. Vemere. There it is. Okay. Quite a way to go. Good. So we're going to the jaw, and then we're gonna make our way all the way over there. I think I have enough stuff with me. Let me just check quickly. Potions are nearly full. It's a bee enemy. This should be doable. I think we will have more difficulties with... God dang it. Here. We will have more difficulties with the dragon. Probably an Akashic dragon, right? I think all of those enemies will be Akashic. So let's hope for the best. Let's go here and start hunting for the 10 of clubs. Which actually sounds like a playing card in poker. And this reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII and Triple Triad. Alright then, let's go.